Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Great British Celebrity Virtual Pub Quiz. Thank you to everyone who's joining us for the second time. You're very welcome back, and we're just going to go through the rules. What we'll be doing is anyone who wants to play along at home, you're very welcome to. But if you want to register your team and potentially stand a chance of getting on the leaderboard, then you can... Sorry, just bear with me 2 seconds. Sorry, excuse me. I beg your pardon, just a little technical glitch there as we get started, which is now rectified. Yes, so if you want to register your team to play, the link is on the screen there. We've still got a few spaces left, and we're going to get started in about 5 minutes. As I say, thank you to everyone who's joining us for the second time. If you're new, if you're playing with for the first time, the format of the quiz is we're going to have 5 rounds. We'll announce the rounds as we go through. There are no joker rounds, unless you want every round to be a joker round, but you still get the same number of points, so it doesn't really make much difference. Last time out, we raised a phenomenal £5,000 for frontline NHS staff. So thank you to everyone who helped make that possible. And we're already, the money's being spent on things that we've been specifically asked for by people who are working in the hospitals. So they've been spent on things like DAB radios, mobile phones, nice toiletries for the end of shifts, just things like board games, just nice things to have around, and also things that they can give to work with the patients who are in isolation, because it's a pretty miserable time if you're cooped up, suffering from COVID, and you can't speak to anyone. So our staff have been able to give people just things that maybe they have to be thrown away afterwards, but they wouldn't have been able to use them otherwise. So yes, as you can see, the office has changed a little bit. I've tried to tidy it up since last time. I've also, this was meant to be quite cool. I've just got a little earpiece here, so the team in the background can talk to me, tell me when I'm making a fool of myself. I quite like this, you see. I'm making a fool of myself now. Oh, great. Thank you very much. That's very reassuring. So I quite like this because I think it makes me look a bit like a secret agent, especially if I couple it with the glasses. Look, do you see? I think that makes me look like a secret agent. Well, except that my wife said that most secret agents don't have a beer belly. So actually, when I've got those on, I look like a blind person with a hearing aid. So I suppose I still think I look like a secret agent. So we are just going to give it a few more minutes. Team, maybe let me know how we're doing for the registrations. We going all right? We've got people registering at the moment. So if you've registered and haven't had an email from us yet, don't worry, you'll get that shortly. So you'll be sent an email, and if you could reply to that with your team name. If you haven't, also if you've emailed us but you haven't had a reply, please just check your spam mail, because we did set up a few new accounts for this quiz tonight, and since they're new, sometimes they can get flagged as spam when they're not. So do just check that out. Like before, we are broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube, so feel free to jump into the comments through the quiz. We'll try and do a few shout outs here and there. Let us know how you're getting on, but please don't put any answers into the comments, whether they're right or wrong. It's less fun for everyone. Somebody there has said nice haircut, Alex. Yes, eagle-eyed viewers may notice that my hair is distinctly shorter than it was last time out. There's a reason for this. The wife and I were sitting in the garden with the kids, and I think it was Saturday before Easter, lovely warm summer's afternoon, enjoying a couple of beers. And I turned to Lucy and I said, "Do you know, my hair's getting a bit long. Do you think you could just sort of give it a little buzz with the beard trimmer? I mean, not Don't want it too short, but just it's getting a bit unmanageable. So we started that. It was all going swimmingly until she went to tap some hair out and then forgot to put the guard back on. And they went zzz, and because it's very. So that was down to a grade 0. Luckily, that was a few weeks ago. So it's had this is for about 4 weeks growth now. Never had my hair this short before. I did a video chat with my mum. She literally didn't recognise me. She said, "Alex, is that you? Really? Is that you?" So that was nice. I probably won't be doing this again. Although it has, I suppose it's slightly easier with the whole grooming thing. Not that I'm a bloke. We don't really do that. Okay, so it's 8:06 p.m. Yes, definitely p.m. We're in the 7th, 8th week of lockdown. I don't know. I mean, how many weeks have we been in lockdown now? Does anyone know what day it is? I think you probably, if you can tell me what day it is, that's definitely worth a point or two. It's not really, but yeah, they're all blurring into one at the moment. So what I think we'll do is we will get started because we don't want to go on. We had a few technical hitches last time, which meant we didn't move things on as quickly as we could have done. We're going to revise all of that this evening. It's going to go swimmingly. If you still want, you can still register through the first round. Just try and do it as quickly as possible, and we'll process them as quickly as we can. But by the end of the time we get to the end of the first round, that will be too late to register. And just one more reminder. When you send your emails, your answers in, remember to put the round number and your team name in the subject of the email so that people know, so our markers know who you are and avoid any potential confusion. So that's nice. I've just had a message in there saying, loving the haircut, channeling your inner Alan Partridge. So that's good. I've set the bar at Alan Partridge. Brilliant. How do you delete friends off WhatsApp? Right. I think that's enough of me talking for a minute. I think we should start with round 1. So, rather appropriately for a celebrity quiz, we're going to start off with the round about famous people. So, question 1. Correct as of April 2020, the account of which politician has the most Twitter followers in the world with 115 million? Correct as of April 2020, the account of which politician has the most Twitter followers in the world with 115 million? Oh, I've been reminded by my team there that I should have said at the beginning of this round that each answer starts with the last letter of the previous answer. So in this round, each answer starts with the last letter of the previous answer. Question 2. Sharing his surname with 3 German composers, which England cricketer was appointed captain of the England national team in January 2009? Sharing his surname with 3 German composers, which England cricketer was appointed captain of the England national team in January 2009? Question 3. Which Korean-American actress, who is featured in the hospital drama Grey's Anatomy, currently stars alongside Jodie Comer in the TV series Killing Eve? Which Korean-American actress, who is featured in the hospital drama Grey's Anatomy, currently stars alongside Jodie Comer in the TV series Killing Eve? Apparently, just had an urgent update from the team. Apparently, somebody actually knows the answer to this question. So that's brilliant. Congratulations there, Alex. Question 4. Before joining One Direction, which of the 5 band members was in a group named White Eskimo? Before joining One Direction, which of the 5 band members was in a group named White Eskimo? Question 5. The girlfriend of Spanish footballer Gerard Piqué, which singer recorded the official song of the 2010 Football World Cup? And I've just been reminded that it's Piqué. I'm an avid football fan, but football, that's the one with the round ball, isn't it? Yeah, thanks. The girlfriend of Spanish footballer Gerard Piqué, which singer recorded the official song of the 2010 Football World Cup? And now we're going to go to our first celebrity question. She's straight out of TV's Hall of Fame. She starred in Emmerdale, I'm a Celebrity, The Two Ronnies, and of course her most famous role is, well, I'll leave her to tell you that. Vicky, are you there?
Hi, Alex. And hello, everyone. I'm Vicky Michelle, and you probably know me best as playing the part of Yvette in Hello. Now, the question is, both Australia and New Zealand claim to have invented what dessert to honour a famous Russian who visited both countries in the 1920s. Good luck, everyone. And don't forget you can donate using the link to the NHS. Thank you for playing.
Thank you very much, Vicky. That was brilliant. So Vicky's question was there. Australia and New Zealand both claim to have invented a dessert to honour which famous Russian who visited both countries in the 1920s? And just to remind you that in this round, each answer starts with the last letter of the previous answer. Picture question now. Which Scottish actor, famous for roles in The High Life and The Good Wife, is pictured here? And so my sister who wrote the question sent me a totally different photo of this actor, but I like this one better, so I changed it. I hope she's all right with that. So which Scottish actor, famous for roles in The High Life and The Good Wife, is pictured here? Okay, question 8. Which celebrity, the founder of lifestyle company Goop, married producer Brad Fulchuk in 2018? Which celebrity, the founder of lifestyle company Goop, married producer Brad Fulchuk in 2018? Question 9. Which rapper and DJ and member of a well-known hip-hop group has been a judge on The Voice UK since 2012? Which rapper and DJ and member of a well-known hip-hop group has been a judge on The Voice UK since 2012? My team's trying to be funny in my ear again. It's the one good thing about having people trying to be funny in your ears, you could just like take out the thing, which I might do in a minute, because you guys are really unfunny. But then again, so am I, and I'm presenting, so well, I suppose everyone's turning me off. Right, okay. Question 10 is our next celebrity question. So you'll have heard him on BBC Radio 4. He's a super bright bloke and all-round nice guy. Hello, Paul. Are you there?
Hi, Alex, and hello to all of you who are playing this quiz. I'm Paul Moss. I'm a reporter for the World Tonight programme on Radio 4. And here's my quiz question for you. In February 2020, Donald Trump became only the third American president in history to be impeached. Now, he was acquitted, but one Republican senator joined the Democrats and voted against him. Who was that Republican senator? What was his name? The one who voted against Donald Trump with the Democrats. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye and just wish all of you a great quiz and hope you'll join in by donating some money to the NHS workers. This quiz is raising money for a great cause. I'm sure you'll agree. Goodbye.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much for taking part. Paul's question there, in February 2020, Donald Trump became only the third US president in history to be impeached by the US Senate, who was the only Republican senator to side with the Democrats in voting against him. So that's the third US president. So Bill Clinton was impeached, wasn't he? Oh, maybe the other one was. Maybe my ear will tell me. It's not a real quiz question. I'm just interested, and I probably should know that really, since I'm a bit of quite keen on politics. But oh God, I really should know that. So just a couple more seconds. If anyone hasn't registered yet and wants to register, this really is your last chance. It was Johnson in 1868 who was the other US president in history to be impeached. I knew that. My ear definitely didn't tell me. I was just my recall's quite slow since I'm getting quite near to 40 now. Right. Okay. Do you know, it was so lovely speaking to Vicky a moment ago. I think we might have to go back to Vicky. Vicky, tell me, what's the one thing you're missing most in lockdown?
What do I miss most during lockdown? My daughter Louise. We're very close and I miss her a lot. And my sisters. We are used to seeing each other every week, so that's quite tough. But I'm trying to stay positive. I don't do negative, and this will soon be over. So stay positive, everyone.
Thanks, Vicky. Oh, wasn't it great to have her on board? Right. So now's the time to start emailing your answers to the first round in. Let us know how you get on with the first round in the comments on Face 2 Books. I think without further ado, we'll crack on with round 2. Round 2, geography, or as some teachers who don't teach geography call it, the colouring in subject. Unfortunately, the questions this evening are going to be slightly more complicated than colouring in, and I can see all the geography teachers have just signed off. But funnily enough, all the MFL teachers are finding it very funny. So we're going to kick off this round with none other. Well, he needs no introduction, but he is Britain's premier, foremost quizmaster extraordinaire. It's Mr. Jeremy Paxman. Hello, Jeremy.
Hi, Alex. Amazing what technology can do, isn't it? Welcome to all of you. Welcome to those of you playing along at home. It's all to raise money for frontline NHS staff. And my question is this. Which world-famous landmark was the recipient of the following one-star TripAdvisor review? Quote, "It's a pretty awful 1960s style concrete building. It's really nothing special at all. Save yourself the effort and view it from the bridge or harbour. The further away you are, the less awful it looks." That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy, and it's a massive honour to have Mr. Jeremy Paxman partaking in our quiz this evening. So Jeremy's question was, for which world-famous landmark is this a one-star TripAdvisor review? It's a pretty awful 1960s style concrete building. It's really nothing special at all. Save yourself the effort and view it from the bridge or harbour. The further away you are, the less awful it looks. And just to remind you that you do need, if you're playing officially, please do make sure you get your answers to round 1 in as quickly as you can. So hopefully we can have the running totals for you at the end of the round. Picture question now. Which North American city is pictured here? Which North American city is pictured here? It's somewhere I've never been to and really want to go. I mean, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I think that photo might have had a little bit of photoshopping done on the lighting, but I think it's probably quite an accurate interpretation of the life and zest of the place. Okay, so question 3. Named due to the number of crocodilians in the surrounding waters, which British overseas island territory has the capital Georgetown? Named due to the number of crocodilians in the surrounding waters, which British overseas island territory has the capital Georgetown? See some people getting in touch now to let everyone know that they've had the privilege of having gone to that place in the picture last round. Well done, congratulations. You're all cooler than I am. That doesn't take very much, but yeah, well done. You've done some travelling, and I'm, to be honest, a little bit jealous. Okay, now we've got another celebrity question. You'll know him from the famous Dominic King show on Radio Kent. It is, of course, Dominic King. Hello, Dom.
Hi, Alex, and hello to everyone watching as well. Right, here's my question. It's another one of those world-famous landmark questions, but it only has 1 star on TripAdvisor. What could it be? To be honest, I mean, I really don't understand why people are that excited about a bunch of old stones all being put together. I mean, they might as well just go, I don't know, to a cemetery and take a look at some of those. I mean, hey, it's really great getting your support, and I believe there's a link below. Just saying.
Of course, Dom did that. Dom is doing that right now. It's definitely live. He didn't know that the link to donate, of course, is there, not there. It's there. So you do feel free at any point to make a donation. Of course, all of this is going to frontline NHS staff who are in hospitals at the moment, risking their lives while we can stay at home and hopefully enjoy a virtual pub quiz. So Dom's question was, where does this TripAdvisor review refer to? I don't understand why this is interesting. If you want to see a bunch of old stones piled on top of one another, just go to your local cemetery. Okay, question 5. Another picture question. This metro station can be found in which European capital city? This metro station can be found in which European capital city? I'm going to give you a clue. I don't think it's London. I'm pretty sure Piccadilly Circus doesn't have chandeliers. Admittedly, sometimes when I've been in Piccadilly Circus, it's been after a night out in London or an evening out in London, and I might not have taken in my surroundings quite as well as I could have done. But I think I'd have noticed the chandeliers. Okay, question 6. And it's another celebrity question. She's smart, she's funny. You've seen her cracking up audiences on all your favourite comedy panel shows. We're very, very lucky to have her on. It's Angela. Are you there?
Hi Alex, I'm Angela Barnes, comedian, sometimes seen on Mock the Week, or I'm hosting the current series of the News Quiz on Radio 4, so you might have heard me there. Thank you for having me, and thank you everyone for playing along at home. I blooming love a quiz. What a brilliant way to raise some money. Well done. So here's my question for you, and it is, which African country has a name in which all the vowels appear exactly once? Good luck. And don't forget you can donate to the NHS by clicking the link on the screen. I would point at it, but I'm not sure where on the screen it is. There, maybe there. Don't know, just give you some options. There we go. Where is it? Good. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, Angela. And yes, the link is, as Angela at one point pointed out, there. But it's also, of course, you want to click on it. It's in the descriptions, in the text underneath the YouTube live stream. and the Facebook live stream. Incidentally, if you are watching on YouTube, of course, if you have a smart TV in the house, you can actually watch us on your main living room TV. I mean, I probably suit a smaller screen better than a large screen, but that option is there for you if you have a smart TV at home. So, oh yeah, we'll just repeat Angela's question, which was, which African country has a name in which all 5 vowels appear exactly once? Question 7, and it's another picture question. This blue lagoon can be found in which Northern Hemisphere country? This rather beautiful blue lagoon can be found in which Northern Hemisphere country? And I'm sure you're all going to pile onto the comments now to tell me how you've all been there. You spent 2 weeks there earlier this year before we were all consigned to our bedrooms by the government. God, it does look nice, doesn't it? I could definitely... Maybe when lockdown's over. Don't know when that's going to be. But would that be a nice place to go to, wouldn't it? I could definitely manage that. Right. Question 8. She's my local constituency MP in Canterbury. She's not in the same party as me, but she's a great person and has made some groundbreaking speeches in Parliament on the subject of domestic abuse and women's rights, amongst other things, of course. It's Rosie Duffield. Rosie.
Hi Alex, and hi everyone, and thanks so much for joining the Great British Pub Celebrity Quiz Part 2. No. Oh God, I can't do it.
Rosie, should we try that again?
Hi Alex, and hi everybody. Thanks so much for joining in the Great British Celebrity Pub Quiz Part 2. The first one was fantastic fun and raised about £5,000 for NHS frontline workers. I'm Rosie Duffield, the MP for Canterbury, Whitstable and the Villages, and here is my question. Can you guess where this 1-star review on TripAdvisor was talking about? We went there from Vegas for a few hours, nothing special. It's just an overgrown sandy ditch. The views are okay, if you like views. I just find it unacceptable in this day and age that the Wi-Fi was completely non-existent. So can you guess where they were talking about? Please click on the link below to donate to NHS frontline workers. Thanks again for everyone who took part and all the celebrities and Alex and the team. Bye.
I've just had a... Rosie, I see, has unfollowed me on Twitter, and I've just had a man from the council knocking on the door telling me my council tax has doubled. I presume that's just a coincidence. So Rosie's question was, name the landmark from the 1-star TripAdvisor review. Went there from Vegas for a few hours. Nothing special. It's just an overgrown sandy ditch. The views are okay if you like views. I just find it unacceptable in this day and age that the Wi-Fi was non-existent. I presume they must have updated their TripAdvisor when they got home, because obviously if they didn't have any Wi-Fi. Shame. Awful. Right, question 9. Which famous Asian mausoleum was described by a literature Nobel Prize laureate as a teardrop on the cheek of time? Which famous Asian mausoleum was described by a literature Nobel Prize laureate as a teardrop on the cheek of time? And question 10, the last question of round 2. And it's another picture question rather. Overlooking a major world city that has previously hosted the Summer Olympic Games, which mountain is pictured here? Team, do you know the answer to this question? No? My producer Matt, he has no idea. Asked him actually this in rehearsals the other evening, and he didn't know then. Still doesn't know. I think he's even got the answers. He's pointed out that we did actually rehearse. No, we didn't rehearse this. Alex, do you know? I'm going to have to tell you. I'll give you a clue. It's not Swansea, Alex. It's not Swansea. You'll see it's actually quite sunny there in the background, which kind of gives it away slightly. It's not the mumbles, Alex. No, sorry. So clue there to everyone. It is not the mumbles. Okay, so if you can get your answers to round 2 in as quickly as possible, we've had Jeremy Paxman on. We really ought to go back to Jeremy Paxman for a moment, shouldn't we? Jeremy, what have you been doing to pass the time during lockdown?
I did have some very stupid resolutions about how I would improve myself during lockdown. One of them was learning bird song. I've completely failed in that. There were several other books I was going to read, which I have not read. There were, however, several bits of television I was going to watch, and I have managed to watch most of them. The other thing I was going to do was I was going to walk 10,000 paces a day, and I have managed to do that. Unfortunately, the reason I'm looking across here is I'm looking at the dog, who is even now looking at me resentfully. He refuses to go anywhere. There he is. He's wearing his very, very fetching toweling dressing gown, having got wet earlier today on a walk. Anyway, the only thing I managed to do successfully really is drink. I have drunk plenty this lockdown, particularly virtual drinking, which is not virtual, of course. It's just that you can't taste your companion's drink.
Thanks, Jeremy. So let me get this straight. When Jeremy Paxman, if you go for a pint with Jeremy Paxman, he might actually try and drink your pint, unless it's a virtual drink, in which case you can't. To be honest, I think he's so cool. I would gladly let him drink my pint if he so wanted to. Right. Well, in a second we're gonna I'll do some comment checking. But I think we probably ought to talk to Angela Barnes again, shouldn't we? Angela, have you got any funny anecdotes from lockdown?
Well, I'm sort of enjoying lockdown. I mean, apart from the whole global pandemic thing, I'm somebody who was sort of built really for hunkering down. I do love a nuclear bunker, and this is the nearest I'm probably going to get to having one. So, it's not so bad. I'm bunkered down with my fiance, Matt, and our little cockapoo, Tina. So we're having a lovely time. Matt is working from home. He's got what I call a proper job. And I'm, a comedian, which doesn't really count. We do share a little office space in the house. We work together. And the other day, I said to him, he was on a Zoom call with his work colleagues, but I hadn't realised. And I said something quite laden with innuendo to him across the room, which means now I probably don't have to go to his works parties anymore. So every cloud.
Thank you very much, Angela. Sorry, I've got people talking in my ear. Thank you very much, Angela. What a wonderful person Angela is. She's incredibly funny and a very lovely person. And I also desperately want to know what the comment is that she made to her husband. Maybe she could let us know. I don't think she's going to let us know. It's quite interesting, though, isn't it? Right. So in a second, I think we probably ought to go to the answers for round 1. But I think I've had a message saying some people are asking for clarifications on some of the questions in round 2. So if anyone wants to any of my team just want to let me know what they are, I will try and give everyone a clarification. Can anyone tell me? Or should we get on with the answers to round 1? Okay, I think, to be honest, to avoid an inordinate delay, let's get on with the answers to round 1. So the answers are going to be coming from my good friend, Mr. James Flanagan. James, are you there?
I'm there, Alex. Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. James, you been anywhere nice recently?
I have. My house, I know the house like the back of my hand now. I think like everybody else during the lockdown. You ask me whatever measurement my rooms are in the house, I can tell you. Where else would I want to go? Here in Whitstable.
Well, I'm very glad that you've got such a nice house there and a nice bit of wandering around you can do. And of course, Whitstable is a very nice place to be in. So, okay, James, maybe you could start off with... Oh, hang on. Sorry, I beg your pardon. A clarification on question 12. Sorry, question 10. There was definitely no question 12 in round 1. Question 10. Overlooking a major world city that has previously hosted the Summer Olympic Games, which mountain is pictured here? So the question was, which mountain is pictured here? So we're looking for the mountain and not the city. Sorry, James, to interrupt you there.
No problem.
Yeah, James, can we come back to you for the answers to round 1?
You certainly can. So here we go, everybody. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, the answers to round 1, where each answer ends with the first letter of the next answer. So here we go. Question 1. Correct as of April 2020, the account of which politician has the most Twitter followers in the world, with 115 million? How many of you put Donald Trump? Because the correct answer is his predecessor, Barack Obama. Barack Obama has 115 million followers on Twitter, quite a few more than Mr. Trump. Question 2, sharing his surname with 3 German composers, which England cricketer was appointed captain of the England national team in January 2009? The answer to that, Andrew Strauss. Question 3, which Korean American actress who was featured in the hospital drama Grey's Anatomy currently stars alongside Jodie Comer in the TV series Killing Eve? The answer is Sandra Oh. Sandra Oh. Question 4, before joining One Direction, which of the 5 band members was in a group named White Eskimo? It was, of course, so I'm told, Harry Styles. Question 5, the girlfriend of Spanish footballer Gerard Piqué, which singer recorded the official song of the 2010 Football World Cup? It was Shakira. Shakira recorded the official song of the 2010 World Cup. Question 6 was brought to us by Vicky Michelle from Hello Hello, and Vicky's question was, both Australia and New Zealand claim to have invented a dessert to honour which famous Russian who visited both countries in the 1920s? The answer to that, Anna Pavlova. Anna Pavlova. Question 7, which Scottish actor, famous for roles in The High Life and The Good Wife, is pictured here? And this was a picture question. The answer to that is Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming, you'll see in the picture there. Question 8, which celebrity, the founder of lifestyle company Goop, married producer Brad Falchuk in 2018? It was Gwyneth Paltrow. Question 9, which rapper and DJ and member of a well-known hip-hop group has been a judge on The Voice UK since 2012? And that, of course, was will.i.am. And finally in this round, question 10, in February 2020, Donald Trump became only the 3rd US president in history to be impeached by the US Senate. He was subsequently acquitted, but who was the only Republican senator to side with the Democrats in voting against him? It was Mitt Romney, who of course ran against Barack Obama in the previous presidential election some years before. Mitt Romney. So there's all the answers to round 1. Look forward to giving you the answers very soon for round 2. If you haven't done it yet, please send your answers in. Alex, back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, James. And can I just say that I love the rainbows in the background. Are they your own work?
You know, I'd love to say yes, but no. But I think they add, don't they? They add to the background here, yeah?
They're very nice indeed. Right, well, I think we have got I think we're okay to go ahead with the scores. So we are going to throw over now to my friend Alex Ricketts for the scores. He's larger than life. He's large in all sorts of ways, except none that seem to please his missus. Alex, are you there?
Spicy for a charity pub quiz, isn't it?
Can I just say you're looking very dapper?
I thought we were going to dress up for this. I don't know what I didn't you get the email saying it was black tie?
I didn't. I feel terrible now.
Okay. Well, I've got some scores for you coming in anyway. Unfortunately, we have had a couple of teams that have registered but have not submitted scores. That's the Ecclesiocracy and Team Wonder. I team wonder where their scores are. We've got some fantastic teams, and the scores will be going up on the screen. You should be able to see them now. I'm not going to read out every single name as we go through, just going to do the top 10 when we get to it. But one thing I would say is if you want your name to be read out, then just do better. Any names caught your eyes, Alex?
In Dog's Beers, we've only had one. That's quite a good name. I like that.
I like that. I'm very much enjoying I'm very much enjoying the Tiger King having a strong representation at the moment with Carol Baskin and Carol Baskin's Cats and Kittens in the quiz.
Right.
So I think we're getting close to the top 10.
We're going backwards there for a second for a little recap.
So here we go. Are you excited about how the top 10? There is a distinct possibility that if you think your score's lower than it is, it's possible that the supercomputer located just outside Wincheap is working a little slowly this evening. So here we go with the top 10 any moment now. In 10, we have Quentin Quarantino. In 9, Vicky Quiztima Barcelona with 19. Quentin Quarantino, Canterbury's Three Sawyers, all tied. Rother Rascals, Corona Nation Chicken, Einstein 2. There's Carol Baskin's Cool Cats and Kittens in at number 3. The Flatmates at 20, and LGQ. All 5 of those teams tied at the moment on 20 points, which I believe is the maximum, Alex.
I think that is the maximum. And Corona Nation Chicken. Yeah, that's a good. I like that.
That's
good.
A
very good name. So well done.
I apologise. I missed Potter Tuck out there at the end. I didn't read them. They got into the top 10. They deserve to be mentioned.
They do indeed. So it's all pretty tight at the top of the leaderboard at the moment. So it's all to play for. If you're not doing so well, I suggest probably getting more of the answers right. That could be a good tip. And yes, brilliant. So I think what are we going to think about going on to round 3, everyone? Should we do round 3? I think we should do round 3. Round 3, the music round. This is some people's favourite round. I've got a background in music. Both my parents were music teachers. And so I can genuinely say that whenever it comes to a music round, I am terrible. I tend to get them all wrong. This is largely due to having a terrible taste in music. Like a bit of classical, but it's basically, if it's not 80s rock, it's or maybe country music. It's oh god, I just said that live. God, people can see this. I mean, thankfully not that many, I hope. Right, I think I'm going to stop talking now. Why don't we go to the first question of the round from one of our celebrities. She's an up-and-coming politician on the rise. She took Westminster by storm when she was elected in 2017, and she's now campaigning to become leader of the Liberal Democrat Party. Hi, Layla.
Hi Alex, it's Layla Moran. I'm the Lib Dem Education spokesperson and MP for Oxford, Western Abingdon. So, here's my question. Bit of a throwback from the 90s, definitely my era. In 1992, TLC released the song No Scrubs. In that song, where did the scrub ride?
This question there was in the 1992 hit song No Scrubs by TLC. Where does the scrub ride? Team, do you know the answer? I bet you all know the answer, don't you? People in the comments. Alex knows it. Yeah, well done, Alex. And one of our background guys, Tom, he's just pointed out that one of my favourite songs is Go by Aqua. Go by Aqua. Yeah, that's fine. Apparently I need to prove my diction when I'm presenting, but let's just say it's Yes. So, question 2. Of which Scottish musician was Noel Gallagher referring to during their 2019 feud when he said Chewbacca should enjoy his 15 minutes of fame? Of which Scottish musician was Noel Gallagher referring to during their 2019 feud when he said Chewbacca should enjoy his 15 minutes of fame? And it's a picture question in a music quiz. It does belong here. First appearing on the cover of a 1993 album, who is this self-designed Buffalo Man? First appearing on the cover of a 1993 album, who is this self-designed Buffalo Man? We might have changed the colours on this, but I think it's designed to be used with any colour scheme, I think. We didn't want to make it too easy, because if that silhouette had been like yellow and red, I think that wouldn't have really helped with it. But people might have thought it was McDonald's. By the way, I do recommend a good gin and tonic when you're presenting a quiz. Definitely helps. Right, question 4. And it's another celebrity question. He's a man who knows a thing or two about music of all genres, and he's back to the quiz for a second time running. James, are you there?
Hi, Alex. Hi, everyone playing at home. I'm James Barriscale. You may know my voice at the moment from Classic FM, but also you might hear it on things like Assassin's Creed, various promos, commercials, etc. My question today is, which genre of Latin American jazz has a name that translates into English as New Wave? Which genre of Latin American jazz has a name that translates into English as New Wave? I just want to say thank you for playing. Thank you for supporting the frontline NHS workers and carers and all the key workers around the country, because we still need to do this, as we've been doing, to try and save lives. Many thanks for playing. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, James. And James is, of course, right. By sitting at home and playing a quiz, we are actually saving lives. Not all superheroes wear capes. Some of them wear... I'm not a superhero. No, those NHS people we're raising money for, they're superheroes. They're the proper heroes. And if you haven't done so already, you should make a little donation to support the fund. We'll give a little bit of running total in a second. But yes, please do go on and make a donation. Excuse me. Right. Let's go to question 5. Formed in Leeds in 2003, with hits including Ruby and Never Miss a Beat, which indie rock band takes its name from a South African football club? Formed in Leeds in 2003, and with hits including Ruby and Never Miss a Beat, which indie rock band takes its name from a South African football club? Somebody's been very helpful in my ear again. Yes, as you just said, it was the same. So it's very distracting, isn't it, for everyone watching at home? I'm sorry that these people keep talking in my head. This interface isn't even connected to anything. I've just literally got people talking in my head. It's been a long lockdown, to be honest. So they're my only friends. Right. Anyway, question 6. Which classic 1942 song saw a 209% rise in Spotify streams, rising to 22 in the iTunes charts, after the Queen referenced a famous lyric in her speech to the nation on the 5th of April this year? Which classic 1942 song saw a 209% rise in Spotify streams, rising to 22 in the iTunes charts, after the Queen referenced its famous lyric in her speech to the nation on the 5th of April this year? Did I just say iTunes? I think that made me sound quite a lot older than I am. I'm already quite old. Oof, dear. I think the sooner we can throw over to a celebrity, the better. Do you know what? Let's throw over to a celebrity. Well, listen, here is a man you really don't want playing against you in a pub quiz. Paul, are you there?
Hi, Alex. Who could this be? It's me, Paul Sinha, the Cineman from the enduringly popular ITV tea time quiz show The Chase, and indeed its spin-off show just for this week, Beat the Chasers. I have a question for you. In 2019, the singer Tones and I broke the record for the most consecutive weeks spent at the UK #1 spot in the charts for a female artist, beating the record previously held by Whitney Houston and Rihanna. What was the name of the song? And while you're pondering that answer, be aware that you can donate to the NHS with the details provided on the screens. Keep safe.
Thank you, Paul. And yes, and indeed, yes, little plug there for our donation line. So, yes, in 2019, the Australian singer Tones and I broke the record for consecutive weeks at #1 in the UK singles charts for a female artist, surpassing the previous record held jointly by Whitney Houston and Rihanna. Please, can you name the song? And question 8. Known as the King of Soul, which singer was shot dead during a confrontation with a hotel manager in Los Angeles in December 1964? Known as the King of Soul, which singer was shot dead during a confrontation with a hotel manager in Los Angeles in December 1964? Yes, if anyone needs repetition or clarification or anything, please do put something in the comments, and hopefully my team will pick it up and pass it through to me, and I'd be very happy to clarify if I can, obviously. Question 9, and it's another celebrity question. She's a journalist and a BBC radio presenter. We're very lucky to have her with us tonight. It's Rita Shah.
Hello Alex, it's great to be here, and welcome to all of you who are playing the quiz at home. I'm Rita Shah. I present The World Tonight on Radio 4. The question I'm going to ask is, given current social distancing rules, which band are definitely in breach of government regulations by driving by, system up, with the top down, even though the city's on lockdown? So that's the question I'm going to ask. Thank you very much everyone for taking part. Don't forget to donate to the NHS. It's been lovely to see you. Bye.
Thank you very much, Rizla. So Rizla's question was, given current social distancing rules, which band are definitely in breach of government regulations by driving by, system up with the top down, even though the city's on lockdown? And finally, on the music round, that's round 3, question 10. It's another picture. With the lead single Don't Start Now, name this UK #1 album released in March 2020. Half a point for the artist, half for the title. With the lead single Don't Start Now, name this UK #1 album released in March 2020. Half a point for the artist, half for the title. Okay, so that was the end of round 3. Gosh, they're just flying by, aren't they? So I think we probably ought to just go back to some of our celebs there and have another quick question, a little chat. Let's go back to Rittler. Rittler, what are you looking forward to when lockdown ends?
Gosh, Alex, that's a really tough one. There's so much to choose from. So I'm going to choose one kind of slightly emotional one and one very practical thing. So the first thing I'd like to do if lockdown came to an end is to go and hug my mum. She's 81, she's self-isolating. I have waved at her through the window and obviously we FaceTime and stuff, but it would be so nice to give her a hug. I really miss her. And the other thing is I'm desperate for a haircut. My fringe is now virtually down to my chin, as you can see. I can't wait to get it cut.
Thanks, Whitley. Yeah, well, can I just warn you, if you do decide to cut your hair at home, don't let the wife near with the trimmer, or the partner home with the trimmer, because it can, walking case study of what can go wrong. Maybe that's a TV show waiting to be made. When haircuts go wrong at home. Anyway, so who should we go to? Should we go to James Barriscale? James, I've got a question for you. You all right?
Hi, Alex. Yeah, go ahead.
Have you got a message for people at home?
Yeah. Well, I suppose staying at home really has worked and it saved lives. So for me, there's no question of whether or not we continue to do that or not. For me, that's the most important thing, is that we stay under the guidelines of the lockdown and we stay at home. You can be creative at home, even though we're missing people that we love and we want to be with people that we're missing terribly. The temptation to jump in a car and go and see those people and not stay locked down and not stay indoors is really great. But if you can try and be creative, if you can try and invent new things, a new way of living, loads of people have done so much already. It would be a shame now to break that and to have a second wave of infections. So please, 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 please stay at home, invent, film, write, work, study, whatever you're doing at home. And love the people you're with and contact the people that you're missing, and take care, and hopefully we'll be through this soon and be in a better world. Take care. Bye.
James, I couldn't agree with you more. And we've had a few radio presenters on now. Can I say they've all got such lovely voices? Yeah, James there with his mellifluous baritone, silky smooth Riddler with a. You could probably just tell a radio presenter if you meet one in real life, just by their silky smooth voice, and it's I wish I could speak like that, but I can't. So I'm going to be relegated to broadcasting live quizzes from the privacy of my home, which actually, to be fair, I'm quite enjoying, largely because this gin's going down remarkably well. Yes, do have a sip if you're at home. Right, I think we're probably ready for the answers to round 2. James, are you there?
I'm here, Alex. Yeah, ready to go for the answers.
Well, just before you do, James, tell me, you mentioned your house and your daily routine. How does your commute these days compare to normal?
It's quite busy, actually. Commuting from the hallway up to the bathroom, back again, much better than it was before. He says that trying to remember what we pre-agreed as the answer in the rehearsal earlier on.
Yes, I think, James, what we said was you were going to say something funny. So should we just try it again?
Yeah, that's right. Let's go to the answers, shall we?
Should we go to the answers?
Go straight to the answers. Yeah. Okay, so answers, everybody, for round 2. So the 10 questions in round 2. Here we go. So we began with Mr. Jeremy Paxman himself asking the following question. Which world-famous landmark was the recipient of the following 1-star TripAdvisor review? It's a pretty awful 1960s-style concrete building. It's really nothing special at all. Save yourself the effort and view it from the bridge or harbour. The further away you are, the less awful it looks. That was a review of the Sydney Opera House. Question 2, which North American city is pictured here? This was the picture round. There it is on your screen now. That is New Orleans. New Orleans in the United States. Question 3. Named due to the number of crocodilians in the surrounding waters, there's a word for Scrabble, crocodilians. Which British overseas island territory has the capital, Georgetown? It is the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands. Number of people put Barbados for that. The capital for Barbados is Bridgetown. Question 4. Another world-famous landmark. And this was a question from Dominic King. Another world-famous landmark with a 1-star TripAdvisor review. But which landmark is it? I don't understand why this is interesting. If you want to see a bunch of old stones piled on top of one another, go to your local cemetery. Quite a harsh review of Stonehenge. Stonehenge is the answer to question 4. Question 5, another picture round question. There it is on your screen there. This metro station, this beautiful metro station, can be found in which European capital city? It is, of course, Moscow. Question 6 was a question from Angela Barnes. Which African country has a name in which all 5 vowels appear exactly once? Mozambique. Mozambique is the African country. Question 7 is another picture question in this round. The Blue Lagoon can be found in which Northern Hemisphere country? That beautiful Blue Lagoon there can be found in Iceland. That is in Iceland. Question 8. And question 8 came from our local MP for Canterbury and Whitstable, Rosie Duffield. Rosie asked, another world-famous landmark with a 1-star TripAdvisor review. What is it? Went there from Vegas for a few hours. Nothing special. It's just an overgrown sandy ditch. The views are okay, if you like views. I just find it unacceptable in this day and age that the Wi-Fi was non-existent. I think this is probably one of my kids who did this review. Certainly the bit about the Wi-Fi. But the answer is the Grand Canyon. Somebody actually wrote that about the Grand Canyon. Can you believe it? Thank you, Rosie, for that question. Question 9. Which famous Asian mausoleum was described by Literature Nobel Prize laureate as a teardrop on the cheek of time? The Taj Mahal was described as a teardrop on the cheek of time. And finally, in round 2, question 10, which is a picture question, overlooking a major world city that has previously hosted the Summer Olympic Games, which mountain is pictured here? No, it's not Swansea. It's not in Swansea. The mountain itself is the Sugar Loaf Mountain, which of course is in Rio de Janeiro. There you go. There's all the answers for round 2. Looking forward to giving you the answers to round 3 in a bit. Alex, back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, James. So, James, have you ever been to Rio?
I have. Yep. I was there 22 years ago. I was there 22. My first overseas trip for a company straight as a young graduate. Couldn't ask for anything better, really. 22 years ago.
Did you do
I was
carnival?
about... oh, yeah, of course. Carnival kind of guy, me. You know, I was there for that, yeah. Fitting that in between work. You know
you
me
still
better
got all
than
the
that,
feathers?
Alex. Yeah.
You got all the feathers
that's right,
still?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. I wanted to bring them out. You, of course, wouldn't let me, you know, but maybe next time, yeah.
I think we missed a trick there. Actually, they probably people would have liked to have seen that. Okay, thank you, James. They were the scores to round 2. So, what should we do? Should we talk to? I'll tell you what. Let's go back to Layla for a moment, shall we? Layla, have you picked up any bad habits since you've been on lockdown?
So first of all, don't forget to donate to the NHS. I forgot to say that when I was doing the question, so it should be magically on your screen. And yeah, what's a bad habit that I've picked up? Well, it's taken a long time to stop biting my nails. I did it loads when I was a kid and I've started again, and it's so annoying because the way I usually avoid it is by getting my nails done, and obviously you can't do that at a time like this. So reverting back to my teenage self a little bit again, a bit like the song.
Thank you, Layla. Apparently we've got some people arguing about whether Moscow is a European city or not. I can hopefully confirm that it is definitely a European city. Admittedly, some of Russia is in Asia, but Moscow itself is a European city. So I think we're probably ready to go to the scores, an update on the scores. Alex, before we do that, I've got a question for you. You there?
Ooh. I am. Hello.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry, Alex Ricketts. We were hoping for Alex Ricketts.
Well, I mean, I felt a little overdressed the first time, so I thought, you know,
Right.
I'd mix it up a little bit, go for some summer vibes. I've actually got a question for you before you do a question to me. And actually, I was just checking. It's dark here in Rough Common. Yet when you're chatting to James Barriscale, it seemed that it was light where he was. How does that work?
I'm glad you asked that question. And I'd just like to point out that you are actually wearing sunglasses at night. But yes, the reason why it may appear as though some of our celebs might be talking in the daylight is due to the curvature of the Earth. Obviously, we can transmit and we can talk over long distances. And sometimes the dusk in Canterbury, where we're based at the moment, can be almost 9 hours after dusk in London.
So, yeah, what was your... you didn't really study physics, did you?
No.
No, I think we have the scores. We're ready to rock. Apologies for the those who are at the end. I've got a couple of shout outs as well. Got a little shout out to Freddie, who's playing in Deal, staying up late with his family and really enjoying it.
Hello, Freddie.
And that's about, he's having a great time. I'm not sure how well he's doing, but maybe we can get some scores. And I'm not sure what team they're from, to be honest with you. But if you'd like us to say hello to you within reason and be very nice, do pop something in the comments on YouTube or Facebook. Obviously, anything complimentary to either of the Alexes will be read out.
Yeah, that's
so,
definitely true.
We've had a lot of movement over that round, although I think if you've been paying attention to the scores in the previous ones, as we come to the top 10 shortly, you'll recognise some of the names that were up earlier on. But we have got a couple of people moving into the top 10, a few people moving around. I'm very much a fan of what was it you said last time? The Coronation Chicken. Coronation Chicken. And unfortunately, it looks like Quentin Quarantino has dropped out of the top 10 this round. And let's see who's replaced them. Here we go. In at 10. We have Brothers, not the most inventive name, on 27 points. Also on 27, Rother Rascals. 27.5, the Matt Hancock Appreciation Society. Interesting. Friends of Hugo at 28.5. Now we have several teams all tied on 29. Corona Nation Chicken. Potter Tuck moving up from 10th earlier on. Vicky Quiz Teamer Barcelona, my personal favourite. Carol Baskin Cool Cats and Kittens at 29. And tied for the lead, pulling out neck and neck ahead of the pack, Universally Challenged and LGQ. Exciting times, Mr. Lister.
That is it's exciting. It's all to play for. See, it's very, very close at the top there. But yeah, so just before we go, Alex, I could probably guess from what you're wearing at the moment, but what kind of new music are you into? Are you like Steps, or are you more of a sort of an S Club man?
I really like this new the hippity hoppity music that they're talking about these days. That's one of my favourites. You were mentioning that earlier on. Yeah, yep, very, very good. So. I like all of that with the beats.
Can you name any of them?
Oh no.
Okay. Well, thank you anyway, Alex, for the scores. Well done to all the teams. If you are playing along at home, do just let us know in the comments how well you're doing, and we will read out some more of the comments as we go through. Anyway, I think we're getting along quite well here. I wonder how bad behind our running order timeline we are. I'm sure Matt will tell me in a second. Anyway, we don't have a running order apparently. Anyway, it's time for round 4. Round 4, film and TV. Well, kicking off round 4, we've got another celebrity question. He's a comedian, he's an impressionist, he's a comedy writer and radio presenter. It's absolutely amazing to have him with us. Matt, hello.
Hello, Alex, and hello to everyone playing at home. Matt Forde here. You may have seen me doing videos of Boris Johnson and Donald Trump on Twitter, so I thought I'd submit my question in the style of the president. In 2019, for the first time in history, we saw the best actor and best actress. It's important to know that women do acting. Some of them very well. In fact, I watch a lot of films with women, but those films don't often get nominated for Oscars because our Academy is biased against the adult film industry. But in 2019 at the rigged Oscars, we saw the Best Actor and Best Actress award go to people portraying real people. But which two real people were portrayed? That is the question. I'm often told that I don't answer questions, but here I am asking one. So there you go. Don't forget you can donate on your screen to the Communist National Health Service.
We had a little technical fail there. Sorry. So, yes, Matt, that was Matt Forde there. What a genius, comedy genius. I think we were all laughing so hard at Matt there that we just had a little snafu with the sound. So yes, Matt's question was, the year 2019 saw the first time that the Best Actor and Actress Oscars were both awarded for portraying real people. Which two people? And as you can see in the background there, somebody else, my wife, lovely Lucy, coming to tell me that the sound wasn't working. Yes, so some people have been asking why we are doing the answers and then the scores and why there's delays. Basically, we need a bit of time to mark the scores as they come in. So we're doing the answers first and then the scores afterwards. Right. Question 2. With a huge 149 murders per 100,000 people, the town of Cabot Cove in Maine, USA, holds the dubious honour of being the deadliest fictional place in the world. Cabot Cove is the home of which venerated sleuth? With a huge 149 murders per 100,000 people, the town of Cabot Cove in Maine, USA, holds the dubious honour of being the deadliest fictional place in the world. Cabot Cove is the home of which venerated sleuth? It's down to you. Anyone playing along who lives there? I mean, I'd watch out if I was you. But at least you can't go outdoors at the moment, so I suppose you're maybe safer. What if an axe murder turns up at your door? Property prices in Cabot Cove, though, very, very competitive. So, you know, it's a trade-off. Question 3. Ralph Fiennes plays Monsieur Gustave in which 2014 Wes Anderson comedy drama film? Rafe Fiennes plays Monsieur Gustave, or Gustave, in which 2014 Wes Anderson comedy drama film? And in between, I was going to do a quick shout out. The question master, the person who set the questions, my sister Anna. Thank you for doing this, by the way. She said, please could I give a shout out to Unicorn Life Forever, and Ashley and Matt, and Pauline and David in Dagenham. A little bit of a mid-round shout out there. Right, let's go to another celebrity, shall we? You've seen her on The One Show. You've seen her on Lorraine. She's one of the nicest people in telly, and she's back for a second time. Hello, Helen.
Good evening, Alex, and hello to all of you who have joined us online this evening. I'm Helen Fospero. I'm a journalist and broadcaster, and I'm delighted to say that this evening I have one of your questions for you. So the series Dr. Foster premiered in 2015. It starred Saran Jones, but which Greek tragedy was it based on? So which Greek tragedy was Dr. Foster, which launched in 2015, based on? Good luck with your answer, and don't forget you can donate to frontline NHS staff and workers by clicking on the link on your screen. Thanks for being there. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Helen. Thank you. And we're live this time. Yeah, we can all hear, which is probably a disappointment to some people because you could just read it off the screen, couldn't you? And then you wouldn't have to hear my voice. But bad luck. Unfortunately, the sound is working. I can only apologise. So Helen's question was, premiering in 2015, the BBC drama series Dr. Foster, starring Saran Jones, is a modern-day retelling of which Greek tragedy? Question 5. Released in 2018, what is the official name of the most recent instalment in the Mission Impossible series? Released in 2018, what is the official name of the most recent instalment in the Mission Impossible series? I'm a big fan of Mission Impossible. I'm not going to say about the first or second one in the cinema when I was... I mean, it doesn't really matter how old I was. Anyway, it was just, what a most exciting... John Woo, I think, directed the second one. Any John Woo fans out there? Bit of sort of action stuff, and bullets and pointless, over-exaggerated explosions. Love a bit of that. Right, it's time for another celebrity question. Question number 6. You might not know his face, but you definitely know his voice. We've all spent hours glued to the TV, listening to it. Hello, Marcus.
Hello. This is Big Brother. You're live on Facebook and YouTube. Please do not swear. I'm Marcus, the voice of Big Brother, and I'm here and ready with your next question. Remember, folks, to give generously. Get your hands in your pockets and donate. The details are on your screens right now. Okay, here goes. In the TV sitcom Friends, which of the characters announce that they spent the spring break 1981 in Florida at the now somewhat unfortunately named Hotel Corona? Remember, folks, get your hands in your pockets and donate. The details are on your screens now.
Thank you very much, Marcus. Yes, I think there is probably very few people among us who haven't at some point embarrassed ourselves by trying to imitate that inimitable accent of Marcus's. So Marcus's question was, in the TV sitcom Friends, which of the characters announces that they spent spring break 1981 in Florida at the now somewhat unfortunately named Hotel Corona? Apparently the music round was far too current for serious music fans. I can only apologise for that. That's largely because somebody a lot cooler than me wrote the questions. I would have done embarrassingly badly on the music round. And also, I'm just going to do a little shout out here for Kitty for your birthday on Monday. Kitty's actually a friend of mine, and it's a shame I can't be there for your birthday, Kitty. But here, have a pint, a virtual pint. Just don't share it with Jeremy Paxman, okay? So, question 7. What specifically links the following actors in the films they starred in? Holly Hunter's character in The Piano, Elijah Wood's character in Sin City, and Harold Carter's character in Goldfinger. What specifically links the following actors in the films they starred in? Holly Hunter's character in The Piano, Elijah Wood's character in Sin City, and Harold Carter's character in Goldfinger. Is it actually possible to hear a reference to Goldfinger and not hear the theme tune, Shirley Bassey in your head? Yeah, it was Shirley Bassey, wasn't it? Yeah, no, of course it was. That'd be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it? Big Bond fan, me. Right. Over the page. It's another celebrity question. Next up, we have a comedy duo that will have you laughing out of your seats. Winner of America's Got Talent, it's Paul Zerdin and Sam. Hello.
Hello, Alex. Hi, Alex. And hello to everyone playing at home. This is fantastic that you're all doing this. It's Paul Zerdin here, and this is my friend Sam. Hello. No, I'm explaining to them. All right. Anyway, we have a question coming up. Are you ready? I'm ready. Then let's do it. Okay, you ask it. Okay. Directed by Frank Darabont and set in an American penitentiary, but without any intervention by Rita Hayworth, which 1999 film is the highest grossing adaptation of a Stephen King novel? Good luck. That's hard. I think it is quite hard. Anyway, don't forget to donate to the NHS using the on-screen link. Best of luck and stay safe. Yeah. Stay safe.
Oh, Sam's got a dark side. Wasn't expecting that. So that was the absolutely hilarious Paul Zerdin and Sam. And their question was, directed by Frank Darabont and set in an American penitentiary, but without any intervention by Rita Hayworth, which 1999 film is the highest grossing adaptation of a Stephen King novel? Question 9. Who is the only official Disney princess to have received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Who is the only Disney princess, official Disney princess, to have received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Right. And now, for the last question of round 10, have I got a very special treat for all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a real privilege. With a rock and roll career spanning more than 50 years, he's been selling out stadiums or stadia as a member of the Rolling Stones for over 4 decades. He is the one and only legendary Ronnie Wood. Ronnie, are you there?
Hi, Alex. Hey everyone, thanks for supporting this NHS pub quiz. My little bit of input here, I think I know the answer, but I'm not going to give it away. Which Netflix series premiering in 2017 features 2 1970s FBI agents developing the field of criminal science by interviewing notorious serial killers? Well, that's a question, isn't it? Okay, think about it.
Thank you, Ronnie. Can you believe we had Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones here on our little quiz tonight, and indeed everyone else? We are pretty lucky. So yes, Ronnie's question was, which Netflix series premiering in 2017 features 2 1970s FBI agents developing the field of criminal science by interviewing notorious serial killers? So that's the end of round 4. I'll just react to a couple of the comments I've seen. I know some people are saying, who are the cheaters Googling questions? Well, I hope there's nobody out there Googling their questions, but I think you'll find that some of the questions are actually pretty difficult to Google. In fact, you might find them impossible. The picture round, for example. Don't know quite how you Google that. You can't even do a reverse image search. It's in a video. So I'm sure everyone's playing fairly. We are going to a couple of shout outs now. Shout out to the Goldbergs and Barrys playing along at home tonight. Who else have we got? Orville the Ducks #1 fan Helen. Apparently it's your birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday for Sunday. Somebody else to send me some more comments from the team. I can only read so many at a time before my eyes start to melt. Right, I tell you what. Why don't we go back to Matt Forde? Matt, presumably you're working from home at the moment.
Yes, I'm working from home, which as a comedian isn't. I'm not a comedian if I can't go out and gig. But I do my podcast and my radio show from home. But I haven't been out at all because I'm shielded because of my asthma. I've not set foot, I live in a flat. I've got no outdoor space of my own. So I've not set foot outside for nearly 6 weeks, which is a bit strange. But I've been getting through it thanks to an exercise bike and lager.
I think we're probably all maybe making the most of lockdown in that sense, Matt. I saw a rather funny meme on Facebook. It's a bit sad when you get a comment on a meme, isn't it? But this one definitely made me laugh. It was 2019. You're putting your recycling bin out, and it's full, and you see the neighbour, and you say, "Oh, I'm not an alcoholic. I just had a party. Okay, I just had a party." 2020, your neighbour sees you putting out your full recycling bin, and you say, "Oh, I'm an alcoholic. I didn't have a party. I promise I didn't have a party." There we go. Quoting a Facebook meme. Right. I tell you what, let's go to somebody who's a lot nicer than I am. Helen, are you there? Tell me, how do you think life will be different after lockdown?
Hello, Alex. Well, the world will be a very different place, I'm sure, after this pandemic, but let's hope that there are some positives in there too. And one of the legacies I'd like to see is a much better and a deeper appreciation for our key workers, not just the NHS frontline staff who have been so selfless and amazing in looking after people who have been sick with the virus and trying to keep us safe and well in very trying circumstances and in very exhausting circumstances too, but others like the supermarket workers, those who have been getting up in the middle of the night to deliver our food, to put it on the shelves, the small shopkeepers, the bin men, and also the unsung heroes really, the carers, those who have been keeping our elderly safe in care homes and have been still going to work, often leaving their own families behind and self-isolating in hotels or B&B so they can carry on their amazing work. I just hope that we all take a little bit more time out to appreciate what they do and also to fight for better wages for many of these people who just really aren't paid anywhere near enough for the work and the service that they do for us all.
Yeah, Helen, I agree with you. I hope if one thing changes after lockdown, it's after the crisis is over, that people who work in jobs that have kept us going through the crisis start to see the rewards they deserve. I really hope that happens, and I think maybe it just might. Let's watch this space. Okay, right. Well, I think it's now time to go over to James for the answers to round 3. James, are you there?
I'm here, Alex. Ready for round 3. Answers.
Well, tell me, James, if you didn't have the answers in front of you right now and you were playing along, how do you think you'd be doing?
I think certainly a good 95%, I would have thought. Somewhere along that line, yeah. Good access to Google. No, I'm only joking. Not Google. No, I promise you. But I've got the answers in front of me. So I've got a good chance of getting probably a good 90, 95%.
Well, but that's with having the answers in front of you, right?
That's with having the answers and looking at some of these, not being able to pronounce some of them. But here we go. We'll give it a go for round 3.
Brilliant. Go ahead.
Got to crack on. So round 3, everybody. Here come the answers to round 3. So question 1 was, in the 1992 hit song No Scrubs by TLC, where does the scrub ride? Now, I could sing this to you, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it to Layla. Layla, over to you.
So let's see if you got it right. 1992, I was 10. I definitely haven't got any cooler, so here goes. A scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me, leaning out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Did you get it right? Hope so.
Beautiful singing voice, if I must say. So on the passenger side of his best friend's ride. There you go, and I'm glad Layla sang that and I didn't. Question 2, of which Scottish musician was Noel Gallagher referring during their 2019 feud when he said Chewbacca should enjoy his 15 minutes of fame? It was Lewis Capaldi. I'm told it's Capaldi. Sorry, apologies. Question 3, moving on quickly. First appearing on the cover of a 1993 album Who is this self-designed Buffalo Man? It is, of course, the one and only Jamiroquai. Did I pronounce that correct? I did. I pronounced it correct. Jamiroquai. There we go. Question 4. Which Latin American jazz has a name that translates into English as New Wave? This was a question from James, and the answer is Bossa Nova. Bossa Nova for question 4. Bossa Nova, you know. Question 5. Formed in Leeds in 2003. Lots of people laughing in my ear at the moment. Formed in Leeds in 2003, and with hits including Ruby and Never Miss a Beat. These are songs I know so well. Which indie rock band takes their name from a South African football club? It is, of course, the Kaiser Chiefs. I knew that one. Question 6. Which classic 1942 song saw a 209% rise in Spotify streams, rising to 22 in the iTunes charts, or as our questioner Alex Lister calls it, the iTunes charts, after the Queen referenced its famous lyric in her speech to the nation on the 5th of April this year? We'll meet again. We'll meet again. Question 7. In 2019, and this was from Paul, this question, the Australian singer in 2019, Tones and I, broke the record for consecutive weeks at #1 in the UK singles charts for a female artist, surpassing the previous record held jointly by Whitney Houston and Rihanna. Please, can you name the song? The name of the song is Dance Monkey. I think I know what that is. Question 8. Known as the King of Soul, which singer was shot dead during a confrontation with a hotel manager in Los Angeles in December 1964? It was Sam Cooke. Question 9. Given current social distancing rules, which band are definitely in breach of government regulations by driving by system up with a top down, even though the city's on lockdown? The answer is Blue, and that's lyrics in the song Flyby. And did I get on? Yeah. Question 10. With the lead single, Don't Start Now, name this UK #1 album released in March 2020. Half a point for the artist, half for the title. Now, my wife sat next to me tonight. She's been correcting all my pronunciation. So I'm going to get Michelle to answer this one. Come here, come on. This is your moment in the sun. She's gone embarrassed now. I'm going to be in trouble later. Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. There you go. That's the answers for round 3. Pretty sure it's round 3. It is round 3. Alex, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, James. Thank you very much. James, have you ever seen that slightly inferior to this quiz program that there's broadcast on TV called Pointless? Have you ever seen that program?
I have, yes. Where's this leading, Alex? Go on, keep going.
So you know how, like, on Pointless, you've got Alexander Armstrong asking the questions, and then you've got Richard Osman, who sort of talks with them and does some of the answers, does all the answers, doesn't he? And now Richard Osman, he is on the ball. He knows the answer to just about everything.
He does. He's a very clever man. Yeah. Well, if I can get 85%, I'm probably about half his height, but if I can get 85% of the answers he knows, I'm doing pretty well, and I'll take that. Thanks very much, Alex.
Great. Well, then maybe Richard. Well, again, we're not coming back to you. Well, maybe Richard, if you're watching, just enjoy your job while you've got it, because James Flanagan, he's coming for you. He can Google things with sort of alarmingly imprecise accuracy. Right. So Alex, should we go to Alex for the scores? Is that a doable thing at the moment? We could chat, Alex. Oh, you're still wearing the same stuff. Well, except minus the hat and glasses. Oh, sound.
That counts as an outfit change, doesn't it?
Well, not having any sound.
Yes. Yeah, that was my surprise for this round. I was going to do the whole thing in mime.
Brilliant. So, Alex, we had the geography round a minute ago. How's your geography knowledge? So, what's the capital of Malawi?
M.
No, the capital city, not the capital letter.
Oh, I don't know. Can we do spelling?
It's a Lilongwe, Alex. Did you not know that?
Nice.
So just so you know, Lilongwe has a land area measuring 281 square miles. That's 728 square kilometres, with an estimated population of 1.1 million. Bet you didn't know that, did you?
I didn't. It's amazing how you just recall all of this off the top of your head. Is it just a gift of yours, or?
Yes.
You're not reading this off Wikipedia on an iPad or anything, or the bumper book of preschool facts that I know is by your bedside.
How do you know it's by my bedside?
Your wife told me.
Right. Okay. She lent it to me. No, she didn't. She's far more intelligent than I am. Right, team. I think everyone's quite. Both Alex's wonderful eyes and beard combos. That's one of the comments we've just got. I'm not sure. If
I did actually have a couple. I had a couple of shout outs. I had a shout out to Chardonnay and Pinot Grigio in Whitstable. That was actually from James, who's doing the answers. You probably noticed. And the butterflies were very complimentary about both Alex's on Facebook, but unfortunately we are incorruptible, and that will not get you moved up the ladder. All you have to do to move up the score sheets and get your name read out is just to answer more questions correctly. It's a very simple concept.
Yeah, you're right. So, yes, you heard it here, everyone. If you want to get your name up the leaderboard, do try answering more questions correctly, but don't Google them. Do you know what? Since we're here, we'll come to the scores in a minute, but I think we should go back to Paul Zerdin and Sam for a second. Paul and Sam, do you have a routine during lockdown?
Daily routine.
What's your daily routine?
Daily routine. Well, it would be to get up.
Yeah, that's good. Always good to get up.
Then I go for a run. Then I come back and have some breakfast. And then I sit down and think about some material to write.
And then he talks to us.
I don't talk to you.
Yeah, he does. He talks to us. Honestly, he talks to me and all the other characters. He talks to us and there's no one around, no one watching. He talks to us. Help me. Help me. He's crazy.
Crazy. And then maybe I'll do a bit of shopping and try and practice social distancing.
Yeah, this is not a good example of social distancing, is it?
Well, it's quite difficult to practice social distancing when you're a ventriloquist.
Oh, yeah? Well, it should be 2 metres.
I know, it should be. But it's not going to be, is it? Because you're here.
Oh, yeah, well, it's got to be 2 metres.
Well, then you try it.
Oh, then I shall!
Go on, then.
Okay.
Off you go.
I will. I see what you mean.
Exactly. Anyway, nice talking to you. Ta-ta.
Bye.
Paul Zerdin and Sam, ladies and gentlemen. What a funny double act, an amazing double act they are. You're getting some TV or YouTube, Facebook TV comedy gold here this evening, I'd say. Right, okay, I think without any more waffling, let's go straight to the scores. Alex, take us through the scores as they stand.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go through and read them all. I think you can have a look at it. I'm very disappointed to see Carol Baskin down there so low. I suspect she's probably out digging in the garden, wondering where her husband's got to. But we have got some movement coming up in this. We have got some movement coming up in this one. There's been some real interesting. Well, I say really interesting. I mean, come on, it's Friday night. We're all in lockdown. This is what passes for interesting these days. But we have got some movers and shakers. And we have got a few more people at the top of the leaderboard that are slightly different. Is there any other names that have caught your eye there, Mr. Lister? You'll be glad to know that I think that the Matt Hancock Appreciation Society are dropping rapidly down the charts.
I think the economy is probably going to suffer after the lockdown, and there are definitely some people who are going to be needing to worry about finding a new job. I think Matt Hancock might be one of them. Sorry, a bit political that.
Well, a little bit of politics. Oh, I don't know. It's been on the politics front. It's been very impressive tonight, hasn't it? With Rosie and Layla Moran singing. I mean, almost as impressive as actual Rolling Stone. I mean, that's amazing. Does this mean I can say I played on the same bill as the Rolling Stones?
No. I can. I mean, I spoke to him. He knew my name and everything.
Yeah, well, in that case, he knew my name.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Right. You'll be glad to know that we're getting close to the top 10 and this painful repartee will be over soon. Here comes the top 10. We can't play the music from the old Top of the Pops for rights reasons. Smear Campaign in at number 10. Corona Nation Chicken at 36 as well. 8 Tits on One Cat for 36. I thought we were going to be editing some of these names. Carol Baskin's Cool Cats and Kittens also on 36. Streaking ahead with another 0.5 of a point, Friends of Hugo. The Drones on 37, All Alone at 5. LGQ dropping down to 4 with 37.5. Potter Tuck, Vicky Quiz Team of Barcelona tied on 38. And we have somebody out at number 1 all by their own. It's universally challenged on 38.5 points. What a score.
What a score indeed. Well, well done to Universally Challenged. That's the only scores from the end of round 3, so there's plenty of time to make up your space there. So I think it's about time we got on with... What round are we on? I think... Remind me, what round are we on? It's not the final round, is it? Oh, I think it is. It's the final round. So, the final round, general knowledge. Somebody asked in the comments how many rounds there are. There are 5. See, that's the last round, 5 rounds. So, let's crack on by going to a celebrity question. He's currently starring in the latest series of Killing Eve. You may have seen him in Black Panther, Star Wars, and Sky drama Penny Dreadful. Danny, are you there?
Hi, Alex. It's Danny Zapani here. I want to say a big thank you to the NHS and all the people who work across the organisation for keeping us safe during these very, very difficult times. You're heroes, all of you. So, the question is, voted the greatest hat of all time in a poll by New York Magazine, Lady Gaga showed up to a London event in 2012 with what diamond-encrusted creature on her head? Lady Gaga showed up to a London event in 2012 with what diamond-encrusted creature on her head? Thank you. Goodbye.
What diamond-encrusted creature? With Lady Gaga, so maybe a slug? Maybe a dodo? Danny Sapani there. Danny Sapani. Right. He's already read the question twice, so I won't bother. We'll go straight on to question 2, which is, which app, a monster hit in 2016, has been credited with helping to teach Americans the metric system? Which app, a monster hit in 2016, has been credited with helping to teach the Americans the metric system? It's pints and litres and miles and kilometres and shop and store. Oh no, that's not. Pavement, sidewalk. No, some of those aren't the metric system. I think I might be confusing everyone. Confusing myself. Right. Should we do question 3? Oh, it's another celebrity question. You might not recognise him wearing a dress, but he's one of the funniest people out there, and he's back for a second week. Ben, are you there?
Sorry. Just a bit of light reading. Cracks me up. Gets me every time. How are you, Alex, mate? You all right? Can I say I love what you've done with your hair? Yeah, nice. That body shine. Lovely to see you, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely evening. I'm Ben Roddy. Remind you who I am. I am usually the Dame at the Marlow Theatre pantomime, but currently I'm just a bloke in his living room. I haven't been out for about 3 weeks. Going off my mind. Anyway, it's quiz night, and I have got a question for you. True or false? KFC once piloted a chicken-flavoured nail polish in the colours original and hot and spicy. True or false? KFC once piloted a chicken-flavoured nail polish in the colours original and hot and spicy. That really is finger-looking good. Have a great evening. Donate to the NHS and I'll see you soon. Love you, Alex. You never call anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. I promise I will call you. And you have to actually pick up this time, though, because you normally screen my calls. So KFC once piloted a chicken-flavoured nail polish in the colours original and hot and spicy. So when I say flavoured, does that mean it actually tasted of? If you don't bit your nails, it's like sticking your hand in a chicken nugget or something. Weird. Who knows what that's all about? So, question 4. Native to the Caribbean, what sort of animal is the mountain chicken? Native to the Caribbean, what sort of animal is the mountain chicken? Guys, is it a chicken? Because it'd be quite an easy question if it's chicken. Is it chicken? It's a... Gosh, didn't see that coming. Right, question 5, and it's another celebrity question. In fact, it's another politician. He's been a member of the Shadow Cabinet. He's wowed the crowds on Strictly Come Dancing. He's travelled the world making TV documentaries. It's a big hello to Ed. Ed, are you there? Ed.
Hi, Alex. Great to be part of tonight's celebrity pub quiz. To all of you at home, thanks for joining in and for supporting our National Health Service. Great to be with you. You may know me as a former MP, Cabinet Minister, Shadow Chancellor. You may just know me as a retired former professional dancer. Whatever it is, I'm very pleased to be doing this question with you tonight. So, here's the question. Despite using the name since 1923, which English football club were sued by a Spice Girl in 2002 in an attempt by her to protect the use of her nickname? Despite using the name since 1923, which English football club was sued by a Spice Girl in 2002 in an attempt to trademark the use of her nickname? That's my question. Great to be involved. Do make sure that you support tonight. You can use the on-screen link to support the National Health Service. Enjoy the rest of the quiz. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Ed. And yes, of course, another reminder, do please donate. And of course, just remember, this money you're donating this evening does not go just into general NHS funds. This money is going to staff. It's going to frontline support staff who are working in the hospitals on the front line at this moment, in this scary moment. They're risking their lives to keep us safe. And we're providing them with things that they wouldn't normally expect. So something above and beyond what they could expect from the general provision. And of course, that can make a big difference. You've done a sort of 14-hour shift or 20-hour shift, and maybe you come out and you find somebody's left some nice toiletries for you. Maybe that it's not much, but it's just a little thing saying, guys, we're thinking of you. We're trying to do what we can to help you out and to thank you for the amazing job you're doing. So yes, that was Ed Balls, everyone. So question 6. Quick picture question. This bat is the logo of which drinks company? This bat is the logo of which drinks company? Shouldn't need too long to think about that. I think we probably all know what that one is, don't we? So I've had a shout for a repeat of question 4, and indeed, in fact, a clarification. So question 4 was native to the Caribbean. What sort of animal is the mountain chicken? And just to be clear, that's it's the animal, not the dish that it's associated with. Right, question 7. It's another celebrity question. She's been a firm fixture of TV for years, and we've loved her in Family Affairs, Broadchurch, and The Bill. She's now currently playing Rainey in EastEnders. Hello, Tanya.
Hi Alex, hello. Hope everybody's well. Thanks for coming along and joining us on this week's quiz for frontline NHS workers. Great to see you. I'm Tanya Franks and you might know me from EastEnders and various other television shows, and I have a question for you. It is, what name links a former X Factor winner, Natalie Portman's film debut, the father of Madonna's eldest daughter, and a large city in Mexico? I'm going to say that again quickly. What name links a former X Factor winner, Natalie Portman's film debut, the father of Madonna's eldest daughter, and a large city in Mexico? Good luck.
Thank you, Tanya, and thank you to Tanya and all the celebs who are back for a second time. Maybe we'll come back for a third time. Maybe we run this thing again. Ooh, I don't know. Have to see how we do. Maybe, guys, if you're enjoying yourselves, maybe just put a little bit of money in the donation pot. Maybe the celebs will think it's worth coming back for another go. And if you're not enjoying yourselves, if you put more money in the pot, we can wrap it up faster. Promise. I'll go 10% faster if you double the amount of money you're putting into the pot. Got a deal? Cool. Right. Question 8. Bit of a topical one this time. Probably much more of a commodity these days. Toilet paper in France is most commonly what colour? Probably much more of a commodity these days. Toilet paper in France is commonly what colour? And it's for our penultimate question, we have yet another celebrity. He's a journalist, he's a broadcaster. You may know him for CNN or Sky Sports. It's Mark Bolton. Mark, hello.
Hi Alex, and hello if you're playing along. Mark Bolton off the TV here. In the summer of 2018, Marks and Spencer's announced that which item of men's formal wear had increased sales in England by 35% on the previous year. Don't forget to donate to the National Health Service using the online link. Good luck with the question, and goodbye.
Thank you, Mark Bolton off CNN and Sky Sports. Somebody has asked for question 2 to be repeated, so I'll just flick back to question 2 before we do the last question of the quiz. Question 2 was, which app, a monster hit in 2016, has been credited with helping to teach Americans the metric system? Which app, a monster hit in 2016, has been credited with helping to teach Americans the metric system? And now, for the final question of tonight's quiz, and question 10 of round 5. Which quizzy TV presenter recently tweeted this comment on his state of lockdown? I haven't worn my watch for such a long time. No way of telling exactly how long, though. I haven't worn my watch for such a long time. No way of telling exactly how long, though. Right, guys, you have that's the end of the quiz. So no more questions for those people, those registered teams. Please get your answers in within the next 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to get your answers into us. And just for those 5 minutes, what should we do? I tell you what, we should talk to some of our celebs again. So I think we should talk to Ben Roddy again, my good friend Ben. Ben, what's the maddest thing you've done during lockdown?
What do you want now? Oh, what's the maddest thing I've done since lockdown started? Well, that's a toughie, Alex. I think probably the weirdest thing we've done, the toughest thing, is we've had a baby. There is 4-week-old Rudy, born in the lockdown. Literally, he's got no idea. Absolutely exhausted. Please send cake. What do you think, Rudy? Yeah? I don't think he likes you, Alex. I think you're getting on his nerves. Bye.
I I'm sorry, little Rudy. That's Rudy Roddy, everyone. He's 4 weeks old. And isn't he? I mean, I'm a bit biased. I'm a dad myself, and but he's a very cute baby, isn't he? And I think that's probably a good opportunity to just plug the fundraiser again. So look, this quiz. It's got laughs. It's got cute babies. Donate some money. Donate some money. I've been asked to repeat question 9 again. In the summer of 2018, Marks and Spencer announced that the sales of which item of men's formal wear in England had increased 35% on the previous year. In the summer of 2018, Marks and Spencer announced the sales of which item of men's formal wear in England had increased 35% on the previous year. Oh dear, I've got to do question 8 as well. Sorry about this for all the people who are actually listening. You know, not all the people who weren't. No, you weren't listening. Come on, everyone, pay attention. Right, question 8 was probably much more of a commodity these days. Toilet paper in France is most commonly what colour? If anyone can't make out my garbled English, the question is just there, just underneath the donate. I think. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we still finished the quiz. That was just a repeat of some of the previous questions. So I think we should go back to another one of our celebrities. So maybe we should go back to Ed. Ed. So are you sticking to the government's rules on going out of the house?
Yes, I've been sticking by the rules, just going out once a day for my regular exercise, to go for a run, maybe as well as that to go to the shops, also to clap on a Thursday night for the National Health Service. But that's not been the limit of my exercise, because I've also been doing every day inside stiff guy yoga. It says, regain your 20-something self in just 30 days. Well, I've done 31 consecutive days, and if this is my 20-something self, well, I was obviously in a bit of a state in my 20s, but I've stuck with it anyway. I can now do quite a good downward facing dog, an up dog, all the rest of it. Sun salutation, sticking by the rules and getting fit.
Thank you, Ed. Yes, admittedly, I'm not really doing very well at keeping fit. The problem is that I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to walk to work or anything. I basically sit at home and when I'm not working on quizzes, have beer. Oh dear. But I mean, there are certain things there'll be good memories that we take away from this lockdown. Maybe, I mean, Dom King, are you still there? What song will you associate lockdown with in the future?
Alex, that's a really good one. I was going to say Joy Division and Isolation, but that probably feels a little bit too obvious. So I'm going to go for the Beach Boys and In My Room. I just love that song. And although it is what it is, it does exactly what it says on the tin, it is also one of those kind of songs that just allow you to escape. What a beautiful melody to that song as well. So yeah, In My Room, the Beach Boys would be my isolation or lockdown song. Lock it in, let's play it loud. I love that.
Hey, thanks, Dom. Thank you very much. Right, so I think that's probably 5 minutes now. So anyone who hasn't got their answers in for round 5, literally got just a couple more seconds. And then that's it, cut off. So if you don't get your answers in, that's it. You lose all 3 points you would have got in round 5. Okay, well, I think it's time to go to James. I know it was a little bit behind, but James, the answers to round 4, can you help us with those?
I'll give it a try, Alex. I've got them up in front of me now. I'll crack on. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, answers to round 4. Question 1. The year 2019 saw the first time that the Best Actor and Actress Oscar were both awarded for portraying real people. Which 2 people? Well, the Oscars went to Rami Malek and to Olivia Colman for portraying Freddie Mercury and Queen Anne in The Favourite. Thanks to Matt Forde for asking the question. Question 2. With a huge 149 murders per 100,000 people, the town of Cabot Cove in Maine, United States, holds the dubious honour of being the deadliest fictional place in the world. Cabot Cove is the home of which venerated sleuth? I think Midsummer Norton could give it a good run for its money, but the answer to the question is Jessica Fletcher, Murder, She Wrote. Question 3. Ralph Fiennes plays Monsieur Gustave in which 2014 Wes Anderson comedy drama film? It is, of course, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Question 4. 2015, the BBC drama series Dr. Foster, starring Saran Jones, is a modern-day retelling of which Greek tragedy? Of course, Medea. Medea. Thank you to Helen for asking the question. Question 5, released in 2018. What is the official name of the most recent instalment in the Mission Impossible series? Mission Impossible Fallout. Mission Impossible Fallout. Question 6 came from the voice of Big Brother, Marcus himself. In the TV sitcom Friends, which of the characters announces that they spent spring break 1981 in Florida at the now somewhat unfortunately named Hotel Corona? It was Joey Tribbiani. Question 7. Interesting question, this one. What specifically links the following actors in the films they starred in? Holly Hunter's character in The Piano, Elijah Wood's character in Sin City, and Harold Takata's character in Goldfinger. A lot of people did get this right. The answer is they don't speak. They don't speak in any of those films. Question 8 from Paul and Sam, directed by Frank Darabont and set in an American penitentiary, but without any intervention by Rita Hayworth. Which 1999 film is the highest grossing adaptation of a Stephen King novel? Now, a lot of people put The Shawshank Redemption. I think that probably in around about 1994. The actual answer is The Green Mile. The Green Mile is the answer to question. Question 9. Who is the only official Disney princess to have received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? So many people answered with Cinderella. Afraid that's not right. It is, in fact, Snow White. Snow White has an official star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And then finally, question 10, asked by Ronnie Wood himself. Thank you, Ronnie. Which Netflix series in 2017 features two 1970s FBI agents developing the field of criminal science by interviewing notorious serial killers? Ronnie thought he guessed it right. He probably did. The answer is Mindhunter. Well done to all those who got that right. Alex, there are all the answers for round 4. Back to you.
Thank you, James. Thank you very much indeed. So, what did you make of that? Were they good questions, do you reckon? Tricky questions?
You asking me that question?
I'm asking you that
really?
question,
I've got
James.
the answers.
That wasn't meant to be a tricky
answers,
question.
So they're not tricky. I've got the answers in front of me. They're very good questions. Yeah, I think we had a good range. I think a lot of people answered. What did we have there? We had a lot of people answering Cinderella on question 9. We had a lot of people putting Shawshank Redemption on question 8. Great film, but it wasn't. In fact, it was The Green Mile. Really good set of questions there. Easy for me,
Good,
though.
yes. Well, yeah. I think they were pretty good questions. So, I think we are possibly still waiting for a couple of teams to get their final answers in. Alex, is that the case?
It is the case, Alex. Are we nearly done yet?
Alex,
yeah.
We can. You seem to be wearing a dressing gown and a teddy bear.
Yeah, it's late. I've been getting some nice early nights during lockdown. This is later than I'm normally up. Yeah, we've got a few teams that we would like to send in. Flatmates, could you please send your answers in? We've not heard from Carol Baskin for a while. I don't know if she's met the same fate as her first husband, whatever that may be. And also, I believe Isolated Ice Creams. Could you hurry up and send your scores in? Alex, I believe we've got a cut-off point coming soon, haven't we?
Yeah, I think the cut-off point really is now. So those teams that Alex just read out, if you haven't sent your answers in, you need to send them in now. Otherwise, we're going to we're going to cut it off in about 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. It's 10:04:50. So yeah, you got 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And then I reckon we should go back to
round
James.
5 answers first.
Yeah, I think we should go back to James for round 5 answers. James, are you ready to do your round 5 answers? And hopefully you haven't done another costume change. You did get the memo about the shirt, though. I'm glad we're sort of on brand.
Do you like my shirt? That's a good shirt. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm trying to kill time whilst I scroll up to round 5, actually. Here it is. Yeah, round 5. I've got it. So, this is Whitstable calling. These are the results from the Tankerton jury. And by saying that, the person who's asked me to say that has promised to donate another £50 into the kitty tonight. So, there you go. Right, here we go. Round 5 questions. Here we go. Question 1. Voted the greatest hat of all time in a poll by New York Magazine, Lady Gaga showed up to a London event in 2012 with what diamond-encrusted creature on her head? It was a lobster. A lobster. A lot of people put unicorn, but it was in fact lobster. Thank you, Danny, for the question. Question 2. Which app, a monster hit in 2016, has been credited with helping to teach Americans the metric system? This is the app where you could see people walking around in various parts and, monsters, trying to capture monsters. Pokemon Go was the app, not Uber. A lot of people put Uber. Pokemon Go. Question 3. Ben Roddy, thank you, Ben, for asking the question, and congratulations on fatherhood. True or false, KFC once piloted a chicken-flavoured nail polish in the colours original and hot and spicy? Well, it's such a crazy question.
Oh, cool.
It has to be true. It is true. Question 4. Native to the Caribbean, what sort of animal is the mountain chicken? Well, the mountain chicken is a frog. Question 5. Despite using the name since 1923, which English football club was sued by a Spice Girl in 2002 in an attempt to trademark the use of her nickname? Thank you, Ed Balls, for reading out the question. Of course, the Spice Girl was Victoria, otherwise known as Posh Spice, and the football club known as the Posh are Peterborough United. The Posh, Peterborough United. Question 6. This bat, picture question, this bat that you now see on your screens again is the logo of which drinks company? Lots of people got this right. Bacardi. Question 7. What name links a former X Factor winner, Natalie Portman's film debut, the father of Madonna's eldest daughter, and a large city in Mexico? Leon. Leon Jackson, Leon the Professional, Carlos Leon, and the city of Leon. Thank you, Tanya, for the question. Question 8, probably much more of a commodity these days. Toilet paper in France is most commonly what colour? I think a lot of people actually got this right, looking at the answers. Pink. Most toilet paper in France is pink. Question 9. And this was asked by Mark Bolton from Sky Sports. A little bit of a clue there. In the summer of 2018, Marks and Spencer's announced that sales of which item of men's formal wear in England had increased 35% on the previous year. Well, Mark Bolton of Sky Sports, of course, thanks to Gareth Southgate for sporting one of these all the way through the Football World Cup, the item of clothing was a waistcoat. And finally, the final question of the night. Which quizzy TV presenter recently tweeted this comment on his state of lockdown? I haven't worn my watch for such a long time. No way of telling exactly how long, though. So, you know what? I'm probably going to be sacked from this role after the quiz tonight. So I'm coming after your job next, Mr. Richard Osman. That's all the answers for tonight, for round 5. All the answers to the quiz. And so, Alex, Mr. Lister, back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, James. Thank you very much for reading the scores. In the back room, they are still just plugging away at those late coming in answer sheets. So we've just got a few more minutes to wait before we can do the final scores. What I think we should do, we've got, should we go back and see if anyone else, Tanya Franks, have you got a last little message for everyone before we go home?
Thanks for being with us tonight, and I just want to remind you to please donate to the NHS via the on-screen link. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Tanya. Thank you very much. Right, well, look, since we've just got a few minutes now while we're just plugging away, this is a brilliant idea, a brilliant time to just go onto your computer now, go to our Just Giving page and make a donation. If you haven't done it yet, if you have done it yet, maybe just do a little bit more, I mean, come on, we've had this evening quite the cohort of celebs. Let's just think about all the people we've had. Let's just go through them. We've had Vicky Michelle from Hello Hello. We had Paul Moss from The World Tonight and Radio 4. We had Jeremy Paxman. We had Dom King from the BBC Radio Kent. We had Angela Barnes from the News Quiz. We had our lovely local MP, Rosie Duffield. We had Layla Moran from the Lib Dems. We had James Barrascale with his lovely voice. We had Paul Cena, quiz aficionado. Rizla Shah also from BBC Radio 4. Matt Forde, comedian Matt Forde, with that hilarious Donald Trump impression. I wish I could do a Donald Trump impression like that. We had Helen Fospero, one of the nicest people on TV. We had Marcus Bennett. I was about to try and do his voice then, and then I realised that would just be quite offensive on a whole load of levels. And we had Paul Zerdin and Sam. We had Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones. We had Danny Sapani from The Killing Eve. We had the wonderful Ben Roddy. We had Ed Balls, and we had Mark Bolton from Sky and CNN. So if you think that was a worthwhile roster of people to help read you and entertain you at home this evening, perhaps you might consider going onto our Just Giving page now and making a donation. All the money is going to frontline NHS staff to buy them those little things that can really make a bit of a psychological difference, and just to let people know that these people know that we're thinking about them and we're trying to do our little bit for them. And whilst we're on air, I should probably just say a big thank you also to, we can make a big song and dance about NHS workers and carers, but there's also all the other people, all the other key workers in the country who are doing a fantastic job too, often the unsung heroes. We've got the teachers, we've got the people who are keeping the supermarket shelves stacked. We've got, there's so many people keeping the country flowing, the delivery people from the supermarkets, the posties. Life wouldn't function at all if you guys weren't going out there and doing what you do. So a big thank you from me, and a big thank you from all the team here at the Great British Celebrity Virtual Pub Quiz. Incidentally, that name, a little bit cumbersome possibly, but then again, if you Google it, you get straight to us. A little digital bit of insight there. Right. I think everyone's probably getting quite fed up of listening to me. So, guys in the team, how are we doing with the scores? How are we doing?
I think we're as close as we're going to get, although Gaskin has just sent in the last 3 rounds.
Right,
Hello.
So apparently... Hello, Alex, you're back.
I am. I'm still up.
Is that your Teddy?
That is my Teddy. This is Ted.
Ted? Did you come up with that name by yourself?
I wasn't a very creative child.
No. But luckily you made up for it in outfit.
I think we've got pretty much all of the answers coming in now. We've got a couple of latecomers who've had some technical difficulties. There were some concerns that people might be sending them in late and cheating, but I've been informed, judging by the scores, that they're definitely not cheating. Or if they are, they're very bad at it. So I think we might be ready to go to the scores fairly soon.
Okay, well, Alex, I'll tell you what, would you like to do a couple of shout-outs there before we go to the scores?
I've got a shout out for Richard, Daisy, Mike, and Anya. I'm not sure where they're watching from, but there's a little shout out there. There's one I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do a shout out to Ethan. You're not going to do a shout out to Ethan, are you either, Alex?
No, I'm certainly not going to do a shout out to
Ethan.
Ethan.
We're not going to shout out to Ethan at all.
Sorry, mate. I don't even know who Ethan is, but I'm sure you're a lovely guy. We're not shouting out for you.
No shout outs for Ethan. Denied. So I think we're getting close to. Is there anybody else who's not Ethan whose birthday it is that we'd like to say happy birthday to?
I don't think Amy Evans has said in the comments she got 15 out of 50. Poor showing by the butterflies. Bad luck there.
That was the butterflies that had attempted to flatter us into pushing them up the leaderboard earlier on.
Somebody's saying give us the answers. I think we did that, didn't we? Unless my running order's gone completely wrong. We've done all the answers.
A nice shout from
guys,
James Taylor. Really enjoyed the quiz. Big thank you to everyone for organising a great evening, James and Anna.
Brilliant. Glad. Thank you for joining us, James and Anna.
Good stuff. I think
it's big.
A shout out for Mike Soul, who's agreed to donate £50. That's wonderful.
Thank you very much, Mike. That's very good.
That's legally binding now, Mike.
So, Alex, how are we doing?
Ready.
We're ready.
It feels very Eurovision at this. Yes, I think the scores have been collated across Europe. The juries have closed. The phone lines have closed. I think we can do it.
Oh, we've got just one more shout out's just come in. It's for Philip, turning 8 on Wednesday, and he's up late watching apparently. So Philip, happy birthday, turning 8 on Wednesday.
Happy birthday, Philip.
Oh, look, there we go. We've got the scores. They're up.
Here we go.
Take it away. Take us through them.
So Team Wonder and the Ecclesiocracy fell at the first fence and never submitted a score. Presumably, M&J Magic played all of the rounds and scored 9. There's the butterflies that we mentioned on 15. That's impressive. Even by a law of averages, you should have scored slightly more than that. Invicta, definitely not living up to the name on 16.5. Save Our Souls on 23. Oh no, have I just accidentally said a rude word because of that now?
Yeah, you
in
did.
front of my teddy bear as well. We've got in 50th place Carol Baskin, although it did take a while to get the scores in, but well done, Carol. Green Street Rovers, the Traub 3, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Just the Two of Us at 47 with 28 points as well, and Curry Friday at 28 points. 28.5, the EastEnders, the Flatmates, the Three Wise Kings on 29.5, and Who Dares Loses, and Grow Your Own on 30.5 point. Grow Your Own, I think I've been doing a bit of that over the lockdown period. I'm getting well into it. My potatoes are doing particularly. Nobody needs to know this. In 40th place, No Ski, 30.5. The Plumstead Pandas, hello to them, all the way from Plumstead at 31. Leon and Benny, 32.5. Wadey Cakes, The Isolators, and the Divas of Divorce. It's a bit dark on 33. Otto's Servants, 33.5. Yeah, I don't know what. Lockdown can put strains on relationships. Remdo's I'm not reading that. They're on 34. Molehill, I understand that one, on 34. And Quiz Team and the Queens on 34. Into the top 30 now. The Isolated Ice Creams on 36.5. Forde Bridge, the Cat's Whiskers, Hurleying Around, and Smarty Pants all on 37. Another half point ahead of them, Einstein 2, The French Connection, 38.5. Cassie Rules, Mac in a Pack, and on 39, The Marty Clan. Does feel a little bit like a 70s Top of the Pops names. 20, the top 20. First is last at 39.5, tied with Canterbury's Three Sawyers. 40.5 out on their own, Captain Snort. The Matt Hancock Appreciation Society in a disrespectable 17th on 41. Quentin Quarantino and the Panda Picks tied on 41.5. Corona Nation Chicken on 42. Carol Baskin's Cool Cats and Kittens on 43. 43.5. I Get Locked Down. They're not getting back up again. They're in 12th. And
like that one.
Just missing out on the top 10, number 11 with 44.8 tits and 1 cat.
44 is joint 5th, apparently.
Well, I can't read the page ahead, can I?
No, that's so. We just want to.
Okay, let's have the next page. So, okay, they're not 11th. They're joint fifth, in joint fifth with them. In Dogs Beers, we've only had 1 on 44 and 9 brothers on 44, so they're in joint fifth. That would mean that the next ones are, I really struggle with this, all on 45. We have Smear Campaign, Vicky Quiz, Team of Barcelona, and Rother Rascals. What's their official finishing position?
They would be 6th. They're all 6th. Oh my goodness.
No, 4th.
4th.
Okay, I can see them all now.
Okay, sorry.
So actually, no, they're in 3rd because tied for 2nd place. 4th.
The drones are 3rd.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Alex.
The drones are 3rd, tied for 2nd place. Well done, the drones, for coming 3rd. Tied for 2nd place. Friends of Hugo, Universally Challenged, LGQ, and I think everybody will be grateful not only for such a fantastic score, but saving us all the ongoing pain and torture of a tiebreak question. Out on their own, 48 points. What a great score, Potter Tuck. Well done.
Oh, well, so a massive congratulations there to Potter Tuck, and thank you, Alex, for doing the scores. We have our winner. I wonder if we haven't needed a tiebreaker this week, but I wonder if we should just because people might have been interested to see what the tiebreaker would have been. So, Matt, do you think we should just go to the tiebreaker now, just so people could? So we're going to save it for next time. We're going to save it for next time. So. Yeah. Right, well, I think we're just about done now. Let's see. In terms of money, this evening we have raised on our the fundraising total on our Just Giving page now stands at £3,369 plus gift aid, and on top of that, we have about another £800 in from the teams who have registered to play. So I'd like to thank everyone for donating and playing. If you haven't made a donation yet and want to still, the Just Giving page will be up for a few days longer. I've just did one more shout out. I say hi to Thea. It's her birthday weekend. Thea. It's her birthday weekend, and Anna, my sister, wants to send her love. Before we go, I would just like to say a huge, massive thank you to everyone who's made this happen. Firstly, to all our celebs who have donated their time and effort to read out our questions for us. I'd like to thank producer Matt, who spent hours and hours this week, and many of them with me, going through all the technical challenges of trying to mount something like this from the comforts of our own homes. Alex and James for helping present and doing lots of background work as well. Anna hey guys, thank you very much. Anna, my sister, for setting the questions. Steve Barker gets a special mention for composing our very own theme tune. How cool is that? We've got our own theme tune, and indeed the stings, the little bits between the rounds, all composed by Steve. We also need to say a big shout out to everyone in the back rooms who was marking the papers. So that's Sophie, Michelle, Katie, Clem, Tom, and Maggie. And of course, a big thank you to my wife Lucy, who's also been down there helping out and also putting out with me, being a complete nightmare all week as I prepare for this. So I think that's it. We have our winners. I hope you've all had a really fantastic evening. If anyone wants me to remind me to say anything before we close, now's your time, or forever hold your peace. I think we're done. So thank everyone for taking part, and we hope to see you next time. So stay well, stay safe, and look forward to seeing you. Good night.